What's the status of the repairs?
Hull breach should be patched up in a matter of hours. Impulse power is at 67%. Should be fully restored soon.
Still no luck tracking Galvin's warp signature. They've all but disappeared.
Keep trying. Finding that son of a bitch is the best shot we got.
Commander Rydick, you had the con after the ship was attacked. What is your assessment, given our current situation and the losses we have suffered?
I think we don't know enough. We need more information.
In that case, we might have an option. Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire. If anyone could find Galvin, it would be him.
That's assuming he's willing to help us.
True, but there's only one
Who
way to
is
find out.
this?
Wouldn't we
This is the dude from the episode that all this is based on.
The nearest Federation outpost.
Oh, that guy.
I can travel there by shuttle and inform them personally of the threat from the Takan.
Is it played by the same actor?
Meanwhile, the Resolute control-
No, but they could have had him played by the same actor. Like, that dude's still alive, but they didn't.
I still have my doubts.
I do not. Captain William T. Riker has first-hand experience with the area. And
Oh,
6-3.
guys, we're gonna call Riker on the space phone.
And should
Are we really going to call Riker on the space phone? Is it gonna be
We're
him?
really going to call Riker on the space phone.
Zone for good reason.
Yay.
For all we know, we could be walking into a trap. Not to mention
They didn't pay for Jonathan Frakes' likeness rights, so it's just literally a space phone where Spock picks it up and holds it to his ear. He's like, Riker says this, and then he just holds the cat phone out and...
I want to hear his voice.
According to Commander Riker's records of meeting Portal 6-3, he was willing to listen to reason. We may be able to convince him that Galvin is wrong.
Or he'll just be happy to learn
We
new
could
civilization
galvanize him into helping us.
in which case we
Boo.
will found the problem.
I am inclined to agree with Commander Rydick. Her logic is sound. This portal may have knowledge that proves to be invaluable, including information.
His hair is
I wanted to
shiny.
just show up with a portal gun.
We must act on the facts at hand.
Then we'll give it our best.
I'll arrange a meeting with Captain Riker.
And I will speak with the Council. They need to understand the magnitude of the situation. I can leave for Andoria immediately. I wish you luck.
Goodbye, Spock. We'll miss you.
The very future of the Federation may rest in your hands.
Again, I think the actor portraying him did a really good job of getting.
Oh, no.
this
Yeah.
Minimum of
across.
8 crew
No, that's great.
to run the ship. So we can expect at least that many hostiles.
If they bioformed Hadri, they know we're coming.
Which means everyone needs to be ready for...
Oh, but we need to be ready first.
Now what? We need that door sealed.
We can handle that. Where do you need us?
There's an access panel there. You should be able to patch into the local systems. We'll be shot getting there. I'll cover you. On my signal. Now!
Grab. Don't dive across the corridor or anything. Oh, it's another one of these. Yeah.
Looking for the bridge doors. Wait, what's this?
Got something?
Gravity. If I invert the artificial gravity...
You ever notice
inside
how
the
whenever a
bridge,
ship loses all power, they still have gravity somehow?
He'll never see it coming.
Well, that's like on the same system as the emergency lights.
Force some gravity polarity.
But sometimes the emergency lights turn off.
Now!
Amazing.
Close it!
How do we get them
I'm more
down?
curious about the idea of like localized gravity generators that are like room by, like you have to install them room by room.
Those are still really goofy helmets.
What are we gonna do with them?
We don't have time to take prisoners.
I think, as Rutskarn would say, they're like full sail video game monster helmets, like very generic back of an NVIDIA card from 2005.
Officer.
And we're not in your army.
These These prisoners could be useful to us. But if you kill them, we'll never know.
I can live with that.
Well, I can't.
You're an engineer, not a soldier. This is clearly my territory.
You think you have enemy combatants here? This is a hostage situation.
Isn't he like a diplomat?
Has an innocent life.
No, he's like a military dude.
Watch on them.
As will I. We can't let our guard down around the enemy.
Petty Officer Diaz.
He does not give off military vibes.
Let's hurry. The rest of the Takan could show up any minute.
I mean, does he sound like an ambassador going like, hey, let's just kill all the prisoners?
For this place.
I guess I mean more in the terms of the performance, and also I just mostly remember him from being in all those, like, head of state meetings between the other species.
Oh, yeah. I think he was only there for one of those.
Plus, he's got all that gray hair, so he's kind of an older guy. I just picture him as sort of like an established statesman more than like a bloodthirsty warrior, especially because I've seen him in action and he still moves like a elderly statesman and not a bloodthirsty warrior.
We saw that already. Headed to the edge of the galaxy.
It's only a display. We couldn't use it to change course or alter speed.
This console looks unaffected. Engines are redline, running at full power. But this main drive manifold is spiking way over nominal levels.
Very dangerous.
Even at 100% output, the warp cores wouldn't push this much plasma to the drive section.
That much reactor output would drive us past the theoretical top speed of this ship. So how fast are we actually going?
Are we going to go so fast that Will Wheaton becomes a kid or whatever happened in that episode? I have like a vague memory of that.
That was a Voyager episode.
I was gonna say, I don't remember that one. I remember the one where you had a bunch of nanobots and they became king of the nanobots.
I want to become king of the nanobots.
Oh, yeah.
They seem to be active, just like the rest of their
That wasn't really about going anywhere, though.
No, but it's just a funny episode.
It's
I thought
the
off
energy
the top of my
signature
head.
of Takan technology. Everything they make gives off.
And the
this
guest
type of
star
radiation.
was fucking Kelso from Scrubs.
Oh, yeah.
Which is very funny.
At all. Everything I try, it just ignores me.
I thought you had the access codes needed to take control back.
I should, but I can't actually get to the surface, so I can't enter them here. Maybe there's somewhere else I can try.
Why did her model just pop upwards? What is going on? Did you see that?
Video game.
Gotta figure this out before we get wherever we're going. If the Resolute can't catch up to us, we're in a whole different kind of trouble. There are two interfaces on top of each other.
This is not Lydian programming.
So this is a little confusing because I'm not sure where you're supposed to use the tricorder versus just interacting with stuff.
Made a move.
Usually it pops up with an icon.
And what you're doing is working.
If you need to.
There's plenty more I can do. But it doesn't
Well, it's
have
got
to be
the
that
little
way.
X tricorder thing every time you're walking around, but I don't know if that's like just a hint or a this is what you need to do here.
Oh, I'm stuck. Okay.
Just throw the crystals at stuff.
Careful where you point that thing.
It's not active. I can't see any way this would work as a weapon. It's dead.
Out of ammo?
I'm not sure.
Should we tricorder the gun?
I'm just kind of touching all the interactables right now.
About me. Worry about Stretch over there.
Why?
He's looking for any excuse to vaporize the prisoners. But I'll make sure he doesn't. Even if they're the enemy, it's not right.
I'm here if you need
I mean, it's not really our fight.
Just
I don't know.
hurry up and figure out this bridge.
Well, one of them is our crewman.
Did one of our crewmen join the con?
Yeah, I mean, what do you think this dude is?
Did he get brain taken?
Yeah,
over?
he got brain. That was one of the original security team guys.
So I missed all of that because I wasn't here last week, so I didn't know that. So yeah, let's not let them do that.
I also didn't know that
Less
because
than an hour.
I don't know. Me and Red were talking about something else.
It would take days to go this distance with our fastest ship.
This is honestly the most focused week of spoiler warning we've ever had. Because Rutskarn is not here, and I'm here.
We've banished Rutskarn to the pixel mines.
Whether it's these crystals, or the power from the Cartabula, the Takan have found a way to increase the engine output and top speed. We have to find a way to hit the brakes before we outrun anyone who could help us.
We stop it, so they can't get this ship where they're going, and enact the next phase of their plan. That is, if they don't destroy us all first. I would have thought this ship would disintegrate going this speed. But somehow, that hasn't happened yet.
So what is their endgame? They've transformed individuals, they've transformed this ship, in a way. How far will they go?
As far as we let them. The technology certainly doesn't...
See, she gives me military vibes. She's speaking very sternly.
Yeah.
I hate to think what the
She's supposed to be like his protege.
Something it was meant to power.
Oh. So...
Do you have to switch scan modes?
No, that only happens when you find, there's something over there. That only happens when you find something that has, like, specific stuff to scan on it, then you can switch the scan modes.
It's the Takan language.
From what I can tell, the ship's systems are actively responding.
That subtitle just said, "It, the Takan language."
Most bridges work.
It, the Takan language.
Commands, not receive them.
That's a normal way to say that
From an
sentence.
intrusive program.
In Takan, they don't have
This control station won't
contractions
do us any good either.
or verbs.
What have they done to this bridge?
Consoles running themselves, some clogged up with crystals that are sending off tetrametric pulses.
But none of this is sending signals outward. It's receiving.
They're flying the ship from somewhere else.
That should be impossible. But it explains why there's less than a full bridge crew. If they aren't flying the ship from the bridge, where are they controlling it from?
Man, imagine trying to control something remotely that's going faster than the speed of light. The latency on the input.
You got some answers.
I don't like what they tell us, though.
Well, as it turns out, it's just a different room on the same ship.
Talk.
Oh, well, I feel like you don't need magic crystals to explain that then. You could just put a little bug.
That is enough from you.
Oh no!
You didn't tie these guys up?
Thought that thing was useless.
It was. No power. Until he touched it. Weapons must be biocoded.
Our technology.
Like Metal Gear Solid 5.
Our kind.
I can assure you, this weapon works just fine for me.
You just tie them to balloons and they float up into the corridor and disappear.
I can use it to control you.
Let's talk.
Are we gonna get to play good cop, bad cop? Number 1!
The Titan's communications officer says Captain Riker will be ready in just a moment. You need to see this. The report on the data breach.
Oh, they keep putting off the Riker.
Damn.
They know what they're doing.
It's worse than I'd hoped. They didn't just compromise our shields. They stole the shield algorithms for all of Starfleet as well.
Why does a ship have that kind of
Every ship is
information?
potentially vulnerable to attack, making this so much worse than it already was.
Given the potential consequences,
They stole
Starfleet.
they stole Starfleet they stole the President of Starfleet's present
I'll
location,
reach out to Ambassador
which is
Fox.
obviously stored on all of the
I don't want
spaceships.
to cause a panic, and I doubt he does either.
I have Captain Riker for you.
Let's not mention any of this shield business to Riker just yet. Put him through.
Space telephone!
Captain Riker, this is my first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
My pleasure.
Sir,
I wish we were all meeting under better circumstances.
So do I, although
You and I have actually met before.
We have?
I was a young lieutenant on the Potemkin. You were first officer on the Tuckerman. I piloted you and our science officer in a shuttle to survey quantum resonance in the planetary rings of Residius 6.
The likeness does look a little weird.
I remember.
You know, he gave me some good advice.
But yeah, that is Jonathan Frakes.
Close your eyes.
Yours.
Because Jonathan Frakes is just down for anything Star Trek at this point. Like,
yeah, and that's awesome.
As first officer on a starship, where does your responsibility lie? First,
have you ever gone mountain biking? Do you have a pet? Can you remember the tallest man you've ever seen?
Oh, this old chestnut.
All right, as the first officer, where does our responsibility lie?
The ship.
Ultimately, my responsibility is to the crew at large.
The needs of the many. You have been hanging around Ambassador Spock. But the truth is, it's a trick.
Did Riker ever actually meet Spock?
Every situation is different, and there are no easy answers. And in some cases, it might not be any of those three. It could be the prime directive, or the mission.
Yes, so perhaps we should get to the matter at hand. When you were with the Enterprise, you encountered a Takan entity known as Portal 6-3. The Enterprise was held captive in orbit until you were able to convince him to let the ship go.
All of which is detailed in the mission report.
What we want from you is what we can't get from the report. What can we use to get Portal 6-3 to help us?
I've often thought about that over the years. How a small difference in the encounter could have led to disaster. The most important thing is, don't let him push you around. He can appear as a man or as a godlike projection. He'll test you, but don't be overwhelmed by the pageantry and theatrics.
I'll stand up to him. You can trust in that.
Good, but that's just the first step. Portal is full of bluster and bravado, but he can be reasoned with. And that's my other piece of advice. You want to appeal to him rationally. You don't want him thinking you're acting out of fear.
But we are afraid of the Takan, and with good reason.
He's not the sort to suffer fools. And he'll lose interest if he feels his time is being wasted.
I suppose that's one thing we have in common.
Do you think he knows that the Takan have returned?
He didn't even know they were gone when we went there. But the moment the Enterprise dropped into orbit around Delphi Ardu 4, he downed...
Did that actually happen, or are they just hand-waving that?
Yeah, no, that's how it went. Like, he had no idea what was going on.
What if he won't cooperate and we have to face these Takan ourselves?
Then we have a much bigger problem on our hands.
What I mean is, in the 16 years since you discovered this outpost, there has to have been
16. Holy crap.
Battle plans for what to do about the Takan if we encountered more of them. I need to know what they are.
If I had that,
I mean, it's been
it would have been the
like
first
35 years since
we both know
TNG
Command
aired.
has had their share of hidden plans in the past. Like Admiral Hansen and Captain Shelby's Special Projects Division at Starfleet Tactical, devising new ways to take on the Borg.
Trust me, this isn't some Starfleet conspiracy to keep you in the dark. But if you two don't think you're equipped to make contact, you need to tell me now. Because there is no silver bullet here. Now's not the time to hesitate. I need to know you're up to this.
There are some things you can't be prepared for. And if there are no specific tactical solutions, we'll just have to take our chances. After all, risk is our business.
We try to mitigate that risk as best we can. But the Starfleet we know today is built on that attitude.
Well said.
There was a special task force that considered the Takan, and I was part of it. But because there were no other signs...
So are there just like little committees all through Starfleet every time they run into any like galactic remnant of an empire that could come back one day to haunt us?
Concerns. But I'll clear the way.
That seems to be the
for your
implication.
travel into the restricted space. Just remember what I've told you. And it wouldn't hurt to read some Sun Tzu en route. Or Marcus Aurelius.
Anything else?
Machiavelli?
I don't plan on failing, Captain Riker.
That's just the attitude you'll need to bring with you. Rest assured, the Federation is taking this threat very seriously. You won't be alone out there for too long.
Thank you, Captain Riker.
One more thing. Ambassador Spock said that Takan stole some data from your central computer.
Oh, are we gonna tell Riker what happened?
We're still assessing the
Yes, you
extent
must
of
be
the
honest
breach.
with Riker.
Nothing to report as of right now.
You and Spock are going to be number 1 and number 2, and the captain can just go screw himself.
That's why I'm asking.
One thing we know is that they stole Starfleet shield algorithms.
The shield algorithms? That could jeopardize every ship in the fleet.
We're still making sure our assessment is accurate. We don't want to raise alarms unnecessarily.
This is as real as it gets, Alon.
Riker just immediately flips out.
I think
Like-
this conversation has come to an end. I really do hope you get Portal 6-3 and find those Takan before this gets out of control. Riker out.
I specifically said I wanted to
He
keep
was
this
the
under
hologram,
wraps.
I forgot.
I thought we had an understanding.
I thought he was really
I couldn't lie for you. I couldn't lie for you.
I'm sorry, Captain, but I didn't feel comfortable lying to a superior officer.
I have no problem telling Starfleet. I just didn't want Riker holding this over me.
Oh, fuck off.
Jeez.
Guy.
This is the worst captain.
Oh my god. That's why I'd be kicked out of Starfleet. Because my captain would say that to me and I'd say, oh, fuck off. Oh my god.
Transmitting the disable code, Captain Riker.
You made your way all the way to first officer, then you just said like, oh, fuck it. I hate you people. Y'all suck.
That was unpleasant. Commander Ermot, what are the conditions of our systems?
All internal systems operational.
Commander Westbrook, what are your scans of the planet?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
No sign of this outrageously powerful Takan being?
I'm running a magneton scan now, but so far, nothing.
Where are you? Prep your way, team.
You're gonna go explore the nothing. There's a whole planet. We have no idea where we have to send you, but we're just gonna send you down.
Well, presumably we'll drop down around the same coordinates that they dropped the original away team and hope that there's something there. Alright, we are at time, so I think we're gonna call that the end of this week's episodes.
You're worth keeping alive.
We'll be back with
Next
more
week we'll
Star
get to
Trek.
see what happens to this guy.
I cannot stop.
Oh, I bet it's gonna be something good. I bet he gets a puppy.
Stop the tides.
Not good enough.
The impotent threats of a lower life form do not sway me. I will not bend to you. I was born 600.
You know what? Just fucking kill him. Who cares anymore?
A new age dawns today.
He can't be the Scion of the Flame. I'm the Scion of the Flame.
Scion. I'm the sign of the flame.